Hey there, Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Moon, Aquarius Rising. Welcome to your new moon in Libra eclipse video. The new moon is happening on the 14th or the 15th of this month, depending on where you are in the world. But here in the Eastern Time Zone of the United States, it happens at 1:55 p.m. So I'm recording this also in that 1010 gateway. So that 1010 gateway was from about October 1st to about the 20th. It feels a little extended because of the eclipse season. So pretty much October. So we have here for that activation, you have the Soul Star activation, fulfilling soul contracts and remembering who you are. And they're using here Ra, the sun god, right? And so this eclipse that we have coming up, it's a solar eclipse. It's also a ring of fire though, because the moon is as far away from the earth as it gets, and so it's going to create that ring of fire. The moon won't appear to cover up the sun for us, and so there's a lot of power about working with the shadow energy and the light shining around it, like really activating here. So there's that remembering who you are, and not only do you remember who you are, but you remember just how to speak your truth, how to use your voice. So you have the Seraphim's Gateway, voice activation, angelic attunement, and divine support. And so not only are you going to remember who you are, you're going to be able to speak your truth. You're going to be able to speak your truth. First to yourself, they're saying, and then to those that need to hear it. And so it might be a little rough and rocky in some ways, but this eclipse by sign trines yours, and so that is some supportive energy. We've got this eclipse also is conjunct Mercury, and so Mercury is definitely a player in this, right? And so the ability to, and we'll have cleared its shadow, well, just about cleared its shadow. So, really finding our voice and learning how to communicate. Wow, lots of fast on the cards there. So there's a breaking free. And I think it's breaking free from the old paradigm, the old feeling. I don't know. It almost feels like you felt held down, right? And so there's a chance to really express who you are and to tap your divine inner knowingness about what to do and where to go and how to manage things moving forward. So this is pretty powerful stuff here. The key of the situation, we have the whips. Now, the whips come with the fish of resources. But I love this because, first off, it's a rainbow trout. And I always use the rainbow for you guys because you guys just, you're unicorns and rainbows to me. You're very unique and interesting. And this particular fish is not swimming in the same direction as everyone else. It's about going your own way. And the whips, this feels like something that's been very repetitive, a repetitive pattern. It also can signify sometimes quarreling, sharp words. You being an air sign is a very strong possibility. But there's a lot of repetitive pattern here. I do not see the moon card though, so maybe it is about finding the right words, and maybe you have to create a mantra that allows you to be really on board with your unique talents and abilities and to be really fine with that. There is a definite setting yourself free thing going on. The action to take is, okay, well, the overall energy, look, there you guys are, unicorns and rainbows. Like, I can't make this stuff up. Okay, so it's a merry-go-round horse, and he doesn't have the unicorn, but really it looks like that. Because here's the horn right here. It's the pole she's riding, but he's going over the rainbow, right? This is you guys. And so this is setting yourself free from a pattern. Being willing to move in a different direction. I really think that this is most likely for most of you. Right? Being willing to swim in a new direction, going against the grain, so to speak. On a merry-go-round, right, the horses have to keep going around and around and around. The whips signify round and round repetitive behavior, right? But this guy is broken free, and he's going over the rainbow, which is a healing energy. That Mercury is directly opposing Chiron in Aries at the time of this eclipse. And so there's an opportunity to really heal, but there's this verbal release that needs to happen. In your area of what to do, you have the book of secrets, but the key is in it. And I do think you need to open up and speak your words. And I think that there's been a lot of confusion about which direction you want to go in, and I think that's held you back, because in the area of what's been draining your energy, we have wisdom of the owls, communicating with wisdom, and then here we have in the obstacle the clouds. And so I think trying to figure out which way to go, and talk about going round and around. Now it's a labyrinth, and a labyrinth you can use, and this one is set up for this. It can be very meditative, right? It's the spiraling in. If you have ever walked a labyrinth, it spirals in, and here would be, you know, where you sit in meditation, but the whole walk is done in silence, and it's in meditation. And so I feel like you've been walking in circles, holding your tongue about something, but there's a truth that needs to be spoken. And I think that this communication, as you've been going through your day-to-day activities, this communication has been going on inside of you, and it is time for you to set it free, to set yourself free, to make a big shift, a big change. So for some of you, it could be, honestly, I can't tell, okay? I cannot tell where it is in your life. For some of you, it'll be in a personal relationship. That doesn't mean intimate partnership, but it could. For some of you, it could be something that goes on in your career sector. For some of you, maybe you've been really, you know, mulling over whether or not you want to move, because where you live just doesn't fit you, doesn't fit your personality, doesn't fit the way you want to live. And so it's a big change. I can see it happening here, and Pluto is about to come back to your sign, and so he's going to have you really breaking down old structures to create space for new ones to come in. And so this is a process that's kind of kicking off now. Pluto stationed direct on October 10th. He's still in Capricorn at 27 degrees, but he's heading back and gets into your sign, I want to say, right at the end of the year. I think this is a significant thing for you to be well aware of, because he will retrograde back to 29 degrees of Capricorn at some point next year, but mostly you guys have Pluto hanging out with you for like the next, 15, 20 years. So Pluto, yeah, okay, so it'll be in January or maybe February before Pluto gets into your sign. He's coming home in time for your birthday, is what it looks like, because he's at 29 degrees and 20 minutes, but he is direct, 29 degrees and 20 minutes of Capricorn on the 31st. And so, you know, just in time to wish you a happy birthday, Pluto's coming in. So expect next year to be a big year of changes, and I think that right now, this is your opportunity to get real with yourself, about having these conversations, getting real with yourself about what it is that you want. So how do you transform the situation? Knowledge, wisdom, right? So we have the snake. It looks very much like the Garden of Eden snake. It's about to take a bite out of an apple. And so once you know something, you can't unknow it. And so there is a truth that's trying to come through your heart center that's really has to do with your soul's journey, right? Because definitely trying to figure out where you should be moving in what direction. Do I think you're going to make the change? Possibly. That next eclipse that we're having in 2 weeks in Taurus squares your sign, and that could really be very uncomfortable and push you forward. But I think right now you get the clarity on what direction you want to move in. We have here in the area of resources, we have the bird cage, right? But it's open. There's no bird in there. And there's the key. It's been unlocked. Nope, there's just a rose in there. That's not a bird. So, the ability to set yourself free. Resources, time, knowledge, wisdom, finances, spiritual knowingness, whatever is your big resources, whatever it is that you get into. In the heart space, there's a need for you to connect in with your emotional energy, because that is where we speak to spirit. Okay, so how you really feel matters. It is a white polar bear. I'm guessing most polar bears are white. But he's in the water, but he's not submerged in the water. He is stepping up out of the water. And so there's a need to get in touch, just like with your sign here, right? There's the water, right? You're aware of it, but you're not fully immersed in it. And there's a need for you to be aware of how you feel. And this is the energy of also being able to heal your emotional energy. And so this conversation has to happen with you for sure, and perhaps with others. You're cutting something out. Here we have a decision point at the outgoing energy. There's a sharp decision. This is a value, this is not. This has more value than this does. This is where I want to go next. This is what I want to use next. And so I think that by the time we get to that second eclipse that's happening this month, that full moon eclipse in Taurus is going to have you moving in a new direction of something. But I think that decision-making process over the course of the next 2 weeks, and it's about the way to figure it out is by being very, very honest with yourself about what it is you feel and what it is that you want to create. Wow. God, this is, okay, honest to God. All right. I'm saying, what was I saying? I said it's about you being honest about what do you feel? What do you feel? So here we have the flower of life back here. There's the earth. This is supposed to probably be like the sun and the moon, but we got the apples and oranges, making a choice or a decision. Full moon is apples and oranges. That's going to be a full, they oppose each other. Right now they're conjunct at this new moon, but I think, what do you feel? You are going to be figuring this out. Oh, God, really? Look, oh my God, I have chills right now. All right, so look back there. We have like the flower of life, and we got the earth in the middle of it. And here, it's up closer. It's the same freaking thing. Do you see that? Dream a beautiful dream. Right now, figure out what do you want, but figure it out by how do you feel about it. This air sign, Aquarius, is not about logic. It's not about being logical. This is about following your heart. You will use logic to figure out how to manifest it and how to bring it in and what your next steps are. I know you will. You're good at that, but it'll be out of the box thinking, right? Moving in a different direction from everybody else, going against the grain. You will do that. But this is not about what you think. This is about what you feel. And so for the next couple of weeks, in this decision making that you're making, this process right here, the choice part of it, give your brain a rest and get into your heart space. Spirit has your back there. That's where you can communicate with with spirit, is in your heart space. And then once the decision is made, all right, time to unleash that great, beautiful mind of yours on how to solve the problem, right? Okay, made the decision. This is what I'm doing. Let's figure out how I'm going to make that happen. That's the next step. Right now, it's making the decision. And the decision is not going to be made logically. It needs to be made from the heart space. You have the white golden dragon from Lyra. Connect to your highest Christed light. Develop your causal chakra and bathe in a 9th dimensional Christed light. I don't think I've seen a 9th dimension dragon show up yet, and I'm almost through the readings. The causal chakra sits back here at your own personal moon. Everybody has one. When you would see the pictures of the Egyptians with that elongated head, they were drawing the causal chakra. Whether or not you could actually see it on them, I don't know. I don't remember. But they were definitely demonstrating through artistry that it was there, right? So we all have that. It's a matter of connecting with it. We do that through our emotions. Connect to your highest Christed light. This is a big thing happening here, right? It's dream a beautiful dream. You have 2 planets that rule your sign, right? And so one of them is Uranus, and Uranus is in Taurus right now, and it's in retrograde, but it stations direct soon. No, that one also in January, just in time for your birthday season again. Okay, so, and then we have Saturn. Saturn's in Pisces. Dream your beautiful dream. November 4th, stations direct in Pisces. And so that is about creating structure around your dreams. That's where you're going to start really building a plan. It'll be after that next eclipse, which is on the 28th of October, and then November 4th. You know, it's time to start putting structures in place again. So the most important thing is that right now you connect in with your inner knowing, your higher self, to pick a path. Don't worry about how you're going to get there. You'll figure it out. You always do. You know that about yourself. You have to know that about yourself. And if you don't know that about yourself, take my word for it. It's because it's true. All right. So, this is fascinating. For some of you, this doesn't have anything to do with a job. For some of you, I'm going to guess for a lot of you, it has to do with a relationship. The relationship could be with a family member, with a close friend, with a significant other, either someone you're in a relationship with now or someone you have been in a relationship with in the past. Part of what's happening here, Mercury opposing Chiron in Aries, which is the choice and decision-making sector for you. Aries is 2 signs away. That's choice and decision-making energy. Okay? It says, I heal rifts. I am a mender. And here we have someone on a, the bridge is there, so it's mending bridges. But one is facing one way and one is facing the other. It's energy of choice and decision-making. And it's about following your heart. And here's that water. Again, there's emotional energy. You're not going to be submerged in it, but you can bridge it. And for some of you, it is perhaps walking back. Something you may have said, harsh words that you may have said, in order to fix a situation that is of value to you. Whatever this dream is, whatever this, right? We have a rainbow here. You don't have a rainbow unless there's been a storm. Whatever this is, it really speaks to your soul. Your heart really wants this. And logic doesn't have any place in the decision making. Logic might have a lot to do with how you go about it once you make the decision. But right now, logic is for later. What do you really feel? What do you really feel? Unlock your book of secrets. Have those conversations with yourself and your spirit guide team. And what is this dream that you really want? Choose the dream. Figure out how to get it later. All right? I'm on Facebook every day. Do a lot on astrology. If you guys leave a comment in this video, you'll be in the drawing for the free video I do every month for somebody that leaves me a comment. I will tell you in your comment that you've won, but I also posted in my Facebook group. So come on over and join. That seems to be where people recognize that they've won sooner. So that would be a great idea. Not too many people go back and look at their notifications. So so I recommend that. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. My pattern of and how I'm doing this channel is changing. And so in order to know when you have videos coming out, notification bell would be helpful. And I guess that's it. You guys take really good care of yourselves. Just, what do you really want? It's in your heart. That's who you're listening to for the next couple of weeks. It's your heart. All right? Talk to you soon.